Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be doing another what if video in which we manipulate an event in Ninjago and see how the series would have been changed as a result, since you guys seem to enjoy the past what if videos that I've done. This idea was sent to me on Discord by my friend Windy, so huge thanks for this awesome idea. Anyways, in this video, we are going to be taking a look at how the series would have changed if the Overlord would have won the final battle. The first question to explore is what would have happened to Lloyd had the Overlord won the battle. And to that I say, Lloyd would have been killed. There are two instances when I think the Overlord could have killed Lloyd. The first is at the beginning of the fight, where the Overlord breathes down fire onto Lloyd. Had Lloyd not unlocked his true potential, I think he would have been incinerated then and there. Then there's at the end of the fight where Lloyd goes inside the Overlord. Maybe if the Overlord had just swallowed, Lloyd would have been digested and probably would not make it out alive. But yeah, anyways, Lloyd would probably not leave this fight alive. Now we have to focus on the survivors of the final battle, the members of the ninja team and their allies who are still alive and not turned evil. And we have Kai and Zane. First of all, Kai is fighting Nia at the end of the final battle, and he struck down her UFO thing towards the beginning, so he seems to be doing well and I would say winning this fight. Now we have Zane, who a lot of people think was turned evil, and to that I say that was an animation error when they show Zane evil. There's no way Zane could have turned evil, seeing as during the final battle, the Overlord does not breathe down dark matter, so therefore Zane could not have been turned evil. So Zane is probably still good, fighting Jay and Cole, and he seems to be doing fine with that. Then we also have Wu, Misako, and Dr. Julian on the Ultra Dragon, and Dareth with the Helmet of Shadows and control over the Stone Army. With control over the Stone Army, I think it's safe to say that the survivors could make a quick getaway, although the Overlord could pursue them, but without a Stone Army, that is a major loss for him. Now, the ninja would most likely seek a safe house somewhere, maybe like the ruins of the monastery, someplace like that, where they may be safe from the Overlord. Now, another thing to just kind of mention, we don't know how much of Ninjago was corrupted by the Overlord. We specifically see the areas of Jamanakai Village, Ninjago City obviously, and Ignacia, which is where Kai's weapon shop is, being corrupted in episode 25. And for all we know, all of Ninjago could have been corrupted, but whatever it was obviously enough to shift the balance in the Overlord's favor. But yeah, anyways, the ninja could escape. It is entirely possible for the Overlord to go after them and kill Dareth or somehow to try and get control over the Stone Army back. If that were to happen, it would have been incredibly easy for the Overlord to do that. But he doesn't really need control of the Stone Army anymore, seeing that he didn't really care about it in episode 26, and also he's perfectly powerful on his own. He's really powerful on his own too, so I don't think he even needs the Stone Army by this point. Now, Season 3 obviously wouldn't happen because the Overlord is already in power, and no freeing Ninjago from the darkness means no futuristic technology. Season 4 is one of those somewhat independent seasons that generally will happen, but in some cases won't happen, and this, I think, is one of the cases where it won't happen. Chen and Klaus, I don't think, would be corrupted, given that their island isn't really on the map, so I don't think the Overlord would have reached that island. However, most of the Elemental Masters probably would have been corrupted, or they would be unable to reach the island, and also there's the fact that Chen wouldn't be able to overpower the Overlord. Even with the Anacondri warriors, there's no chance that Chen stands any chance against the Overlord, so I don't think that would happen. If Season 4 doesn't happen, the Cursed Realm isn't opened at all, so Mora doesn't escape, Preeminent doesn't get killed, so Ninjago doesn't fall, and Notakon doesn't get released by Klaus either, so Seasons 5 and 6 do not happen. Day of the Departed likely would not happen either, since Cole is still evil, of course, and wouldn't get turned into a ghost and seek revenge. So yeah, Seasons 5, 6, and Day of the Departed do not happen. Season 7, however, is an independent season, meaning that unless a villain goes in the past and does some time travel stunt, Acronix will always arrive at the monastery at the time he does. And when he arrives, he will either see the ninja who are, making their safe house there, or he will arrive to see no one, since the ninja at this point have changed their safe house. But yeah, anyways, if he does see the ninja there, they'll obviously put up a big fight against him. However, the forward blade will still arrive at that point, giving Acronix the advantage over the rest of the ninja team. Now, talking about Crux, at this point I think it's safe to say Crux has been turned evil, since he's based in the city, and the city was completely conquered by the Overlord and his darkness. So no Crux, but the Vermilion would still be a thing, and they'd still be left in that swamp. And if the Overlord hadn't corrupted the swamp, the Vermilion would be a perfectly functional army. However, Acronix does not know about that army until he meets Crux, so he would probably have to locate that army on his own without any other knowledge from Crux or anyone else. And if he were to find the Vermilion and find the swamp, that means Rei and Maya are also there too, so that means Kai could potentially find them. However, Acronix could not initiate the Iron Doom plan on his own, because of course he needs the Reversal Blade, And while I think he could get 3 out of the 4 time blades, but certainly not the reversal blade, seeing as he needed Nia for that. And right now, Nia is evil and has not yet discovered her water element, and Maya doesn't either have it. So yeah, no water right now, meaning no reversal blade. So the only way Acronix could initiate his plan is by defeating the Overlord. Then Crux would be purified, Nia would be purified, she could discover her element, then they could force him to retrieve the reversal blade. But I highly do not see this happening, seeing as Acronix is pretty weak compared to the Overlord. So I don't think that Acronix's time travel plot could work out. There's also the fact that Borg is most likely based in the city as well, so he's evil. So even if Acronix were to somehow get the reversal blade, Borg wouldn't be around to develop the apparatus for him, so Season 7 isn't going to happen. Season 8 isn't going to happen either, since Harumi also is most likely based in the city and got turned evil. Then there's also the fact, and I didn't mention this earlier in the video, Garmadon is still technically alive at this point, since he is being possessed by the Overlord and is most likely in an unconscious state of mind, but he probably is still alive. I mean, of course, this is just my own guessing here, but I don't think that Garmadon would be dead by any means. So Garmadon is still alive too, so there's no real reason for the Sons of Garmadon to rise anyway. No Season 8 means no Season 9. In the first realm, the Dragon Hunters would still most likely be hunting dragons, but Iron Baron would probably not be able to capture the Ultra Dragon, seeing as the Ultra Dragon may never have returned to the first realm, but that doesn't really affect the plot much. Basically, at the end of the day, the first realm does not have peace like it did at the end of Season 9, and they're still hunting dragons under Iron Baron's control. However, Season 10 is our other independent season. The threat of the Oni will always come about, even if anything else happens. However, I want to point out that in episode 94, Garmadon states that the reason the Oni hadn't invaded while Garmadon was in power was because his power was the only thing holding them back. The Oni were afraid of Garmadon's power and therefore did not arrive while Garmadon was ruling the realm. However, imagine if they were afraid of Garmadon, imagine that they must have been terrified of the Overlord. So yeah, I mean, I don't see them coming into Ninjago if they were fearing Garmadon. They are definitely fearing the Overlord. In the rare event that they do choose to invade Ninjago nonetheless, the Overlord wouldn't like this, so a fight would most likely begin between the Overlord and the Oni. And I think this would be a really close fight, but the Overlord would probably win this fight just by a bit, since he's still technically in Dragon form too. But anyways, moving on to Season 11's events. We haven't seen all of Season 11, but we've seen some of the Fire chapters so far, so I can speak for that. And this season is also a somewhat independent season too, and doesn't really rely on other seasons, seeing as it is a new chapter in terms of story for Ninjago. The Fire chapter begins because the ninja release Asphira from the tomb. And this certainly could happen. The ninja could go into the Desert of Doom to free Asphira. But I don't think Season 11 is going to happen, because why would the ninja really be in the pyramid in the first place? Unless the pyramid has something that could defeat the Overlord, which it doesn't, the ninja really don't have a motive to go into the pyramid. In the real season, they only go into the pyramid because Wu forces them to, because they're being lazy and stuff. But, I mean, obviously, if the ninja team lost Lloyd and Jay, Cole, and Nia, the ninja team would be super depressed and they would definitely be in a very sad state of mind. So I don't think that Wu would be forcing the ninja to go on a quest, and he would most likely let the ninja live the rest of their lives in peace. And I don't think that he would be, forcing the ninja to do stuff anymore. I think he would have admitted defeat by that point. So that would probably be the end of that. No Season 11, no Asphira, no Pyrosnakes in the end of the day. We don't know about the Ice chapter, but I guess we'll find out when that part of Season 11 is released. So that's going to be all for this video. At the end of the day, the Overlord is still in power. We have lost 4 out of the 5 ninja, or 4 out of the 6 to be ninja. So yeah, I mean, the ninja team is in ruins, and I think it's highly unlikely that the Overlord could get defeated. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, share with anyone ever you know, and leave a comment down in the comment section below explaining if you agree with me, or if you would have changed any events. Once again, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.